Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment. Great Flood Brewing Company. Louisville made and brewer made. Moby Dick. O'Brien Ford. Baptist Health. Don't let joint pain get in your way. Take Baptist Health's knee and hip pain assessment today. UPS Jobs. Apply today at upsjobs.com. Delivered by Papa John's and Kroger. Fresh for everyone. Now, here's Marcus Maben and Steve Rummage.
Welcome back to the official ESPN Louisville Pregame Show. I am your host, Marcus Maben, alongside Stephen Rummage for our first really, really big game of the season. Steve?
I'm ready. Listen, it's.
I didn't expect you to start off the pregame show with, I'm ready.
Yeah, I am. Look, at the end of the day, I'm ready to go. We've been waiting to see this team on, in a big time matchup against the team who's in the top 15 right now, who's ranked number 12 in the country.
So why didn't you just say 12 instead of top 15? Say top 12. Okay. I want them to sound as strong as humanly possible. Okay. So when we slay or get slayed, I can own it the same way.
Well, but the problem is today, we're in we're in another one of those modes where coming up to the game, it's like there's really, the question is not about Wisconsin. It's who are we missing? Who's not playing today? Who is playing today?
I would have thought that this football team season got you outside of that. Who's going to play today? Instead, listen, I played for Coach Crum. The reason you didn't have names on the back of the jersey, Steve, is because it's what's on the front of the jersey, not the back.
That is admirable.
So individuals, Steve, do not matter when you're taking on Wisconsin and Louisville. Do they even have names on their uniforms now?
They do not.
They don't? Okay, okay, there you go.
It's very Wisconsin of them.
That's kind of what I thought,
too. I picked that up when I was watching the games. I'm like, hey, that's interesting.
Well,
does Indiana got their names yet?
No, of course not.
No.
Yeah, and by the way, people, feel free to jump in here. 8150-939 is the number. 3831-939 is the text line. We also will try to respond to your YouTube, Facebook, and Periscope text. So feel free to jump in right there.
I'll be scouring Twitter as the show goes on, and we'll update immediately when we hear who's out, who's in. Here's what we do know. U of L's put out a flurry of videos and pictures and stuff of Louisville, of the basketball team flying up to Wisconsin and doing shoot around. Marcus, here's what I'll say. We talked about this yesterday, and I think you dropped this nugget. I saw somebody tweet you, so I imagine you dropped this nugget on the YouTube channel last night.
Yes, indeed.
So we'll drop it here. There's one guy we have not seen in any picture, video, or anything else, and that's Deandre Davis. So we're not reporting that Deandre Davis isn't playing, but I'm saying there's one guy.
We are absolutely not reporting that, because I wouldn't dare try to do that job.
Yeah. But
I'd hate to be wrong as well.
But he's kind of the one dude that.
And how do you play Wisconsin? And you would think, Steve, your freshman of the week, the last time you were actually playing basketball, would be in some of the videos.
You would think so.
I'm sorry, I can't think of his name right now, and I feel like the worst human being on the planet.
Does he play for us?
Yes.
JJ Traynor.
He's right next.
Deandre Davis.
He's right next to Quinn in the video. And I'm sorry, this is the worst moment. This is the worst moment on live.
Right next to Quinn.
Yes.
Carly Jones.
I'm just not doing this anymore. Stop.
Charles Midland.
Stop, Steve. Stop.
Gabe Wisnitzer.
No.
Okay. Aiden Agayon.
Keep going, Steve.
Since you do it, I'm running out of players.
Jalen Withers.
Yeah, Jalen Withers.
David Johnson.
Johnson. Sam Williamson.
Josh Nickelberry.
Keep going.
Nickelberry. I'm pretty sure we've hit the roster at this point. I don't
bring up the entire roster right now. Bring up the entire Louisville roster. Okay. Or you can go look at the video and see who was next to Quinn.
Williams,
like I asked you to do in the first place before we embarrassed ourselves. Lawrence, thanks for joining us on 93.9, the official ESPN Louisville pregame show. Fire away, my man.
What up, Marcus? What up, Steve, man?
What's up, man?
Right now, I'm like this. whatever the outcome is in today's game, I'm gonna be happy, win or lose, because I get to see Louisville basketball. And
I'm listening. Sorry.
knowing me, after the game, I'm gonna be probably mad no matter what, because that's how I am. Because I'm really passionate about my Louisville basketball team. So I'm just gonna be happy that we finally get to see Louisville basketball once again.
Lawrence, I appreciate that call, but you make sure you keep that same energy at the end of the game, my man. You, me, Steve Rummage, Jack, everybody, keep that same energy about I'm just happy to see Louisville basketball, because I'm telling you, this brand of basketball is going to be stomach turning. It is going to be rip your eyeballs out, because there's nothing. And anybody who played a lick of basketball, there's nothing like that guy who looks like that hitting a shot in your face, right?
So
and
Brad Davidson.
And there's there's going to be a whole lot of, God, that was ugly. God, that was efficient. That wasn't a foul. Oh, God. You're going to be doing that the entire game. People, I went back through the Wisconsin games, and trust me, it didn't get any prettier. You go look at Marquette. You don't realize the Marquette game is the biggest rivalry in the state of, the basketball game. Marquette, Wisconsin. They're playing their hearts out. So it's just scratching and clawing and bumping and bruising and flopping for charges. And it is just going to be a terrible watch.
It's a weird scenario, because now again,
did I just ruin the whole setup?
No, because Louisville's in a weird smerio. I mean, if and I know this is the typical Louisville answer here today, but I'm like, if I mean, Wisconsin looks good, but I'm like, man, I don't know if I had my full deck. I'd be like, but I'm talking the full deck, like Malik and everybody. I'd be like, oh, we're gonna dust them.
Okay, let me ask you this.
But that's just from the look. Well, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Wisconsin's a good team. Yeah. I mean, they won the Big Ten last year, and Jack, how many people did they bring back from that team?
Everyone,
right?
They brought back all 5 starters.
Okay, I thought so. Jack knows more Big Ten ball, so I was like, I mean, they're a really good team,
right?
And like you said, I mean, the Marquette game. You can look at that, but I mean that's the rivalry. That's the Kentucky Louisville of Wisconsin. I mean, even not comparing the two, but I mean that's what it is. So it's a different beast when you're getting into that. So it's gonna be tough. It's gonna be really tough to go up there and win.
Let me ask you this, Steve. At what point in the game is your mind going to go back? You did an experiment while we were on the phone. I kind of talked about it on the stream a little bit. Your experience. Do you have on call the recruiting rankings of the Wisconsin Badger team? I was talking to Steve, and he made reference to Western Kentucky, and we knew Western Kentucky they got the same kind of story. Returning players, older players, veteran players, know how to play together. They had all those things leading up to the game that make you a dangerous 7-10 opponent in the NCAA and all those good things, right? And then right before game time, Steve says, but this is Louisville, right? And Steve says, their highest ranked recruit wasn't ranked higher than Quinn Slazinski outside Charles Bassey. Outside Charles Bassey.
Outside of Charles Bassey, Quinn Slazinski would have been like the highest rated
recruit they have. So when you say those two things, and then Steve just says, yeah, just beat them, right? And then Steve does let's check out Wisconsin.
And let's be clear, we're not comparing Wisconsin to Western Kentucky.
Okay, right.
Let's just say there are two different animals. I understand.
So Steve says this to me.
But when you read Wisconsin, okay, this is
the moment that threw me a little off balance.
Now, Jack said it though. These are upperclassmen. Okay.
Yeah, so, I'm the king of upperclassmen. Will beat you.
And I'm talking high school rankings here. Mm-hmm. So,
and I'm guessing they're really bad.
It's not great. Yeah. So, okay.
It's very Wisconsin.
Sure. Right.
Right. Because Tyler Hero's not on that roster.
Yeah, I know. See, that's what I'm saying. Like that. And that was kind of my point.
Actually, another point too.
Yeah. And I'll get to this. But my whole point, Jack, was I was saying, I bet Louisville has, because we were kind of going over this conversation, and I told Marcus, I said, I bet Louisville's guys, I mean, I still think you probably got more talent. I mean, you just got better players than and I said, well, let me look. I said, I bet they don't have 1 5-star. That was kind of where I started.
That was it.
Yeah, I was just like, I bet they don't have 1 5-star. So I look, okay, let me read this to you.
Yeah, this wasn't to disrespect what Wisconsin is.
No.
It was a talent. Yeah. It was just an original talent
period.
Program.
Yeah, because Guard's a good coach. He knows what he's doing. Obviously, he won the Big Ten with these guys last year. They're top 12 this year.
Mm-hmm.
But, all right, are you ready? 3-star, 3-star, 4-star, 3-star, 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 4-star, 3-star, 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 4-star.
Now,
and there's a couple not ranked in there too, but like for instance, on our team, Carlik wasn't ranked.
Right.
So I'm not really like holding the not ranks against them because I don't know if they're
right.
Yeah.
So I want you to go to Louisville's, please. Like I just want people to hear how that sounded to me, because here's, like I said, the breakdown of how difficult it is how difficult it's going to be to win a game in Wisconsin is the first, second, and third part of this conversation. But the backdoor thought in the back of your mind is going to say, and you're going to see this, and it's going to affect you when you see your guys looking talented, running around. You're going to see plays out of David Johnson. You're going to see random plays out of Jalen Withers that look talented out of JJ Traynor. You're just going to say, like, we should be beating those guys just on the look of talent. Our rival team suffers from that right now. Just
They only got 3 5-stars, and he can't win with that. So you got to have more than that. Obviously. So,
you actually said that too.
I know. No, I went down their roster, Jack, and I was reading theirs, and they had 3 5-star, and I'm like, oh, well, that's the problem. I mean, like, and it's like, it sounds like you're making a joke, but it's like, oh no, that's the problem. He's only got 3 5-stars. Like, he's got to have like
7,
an ungodly abundance of talent to be good.
Okay. So this is our roster.
So this is ours. 4-star, 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 3-star, 4-star, 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 5-star, 4-star, 3-star.
You are going to see that out there. You're going to see it. Oh my God. Deandre. I needed him.
Well, we don't know. We don't know who is.
If Mac did that on purpose, I think.
Okay, all right. Carlik Jones is not playing today. So you just want to do a show and go home? That was Jeff Goodman. Carlik Jones is not playing today. So now we know.
Is there anybody else?
We don't know yet. Let me see. It is.
Did he just not get back in shape or something?
Yeah, 'cause he's there.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess someone other than Trevor Lawrence can test positive.
I know. Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah. Okay, so no Carlik. Okay, so maybe Dre Davis is playing then.
Oh, my goodness. So, new team.
Yeah. All right. Everything changed.
Everything changed.
Whole new team.
Play the opening music, just the music by itself.
We need to restart the show. All right.
Welcome back to the official ESPN Louisville pregame show. I'm your host, Marcus Maven, alongside Steve Rummage. Steve, you excited about the game today?
It's one where you just want to go out there and give 110%. You play hard, you look hard, well, you don't look hard, I guess. You don't look hard while you're out there.
Right.
Just play hard and give everything you got. Hope you can win. No, listen, here's what I'm going to say. I will say this. If he's the only guy out,
you're still going to have your feelings, Steve.
David, they're saying you could be a top 20 draft pick.
No, we discussed this during the week, Steve.
David, I watched you go into Duke and play extremely well.
As a point guard.
So, David, this is your team today with no shortage of leash.
Which I know that David Johnson in the city of Louisville has had that said in his ear 130 times per week minimum. if Coach would just let you go.
Yeah.
If Coach would just let you go, stay out of foul trouble. You'll get your opportunities, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm sure he hears that all the time.
Yeah.
This is your chance to do that. Is there a full roster release, Steve?
There's not yet.
Okay.
We just know that Carlik's not playing at this point. Now, I would say that you would have released all that news at once.
Yes.
Okay. So if Carlik's not
but
playing,
if good, you said Goodman reported it.
Yeah.
If Goodman is reporting it, that means it was released to him.
and I would imagine that you have everybody else.
Mhm.
So again, I mean, not overstating the fact Carlik's probably your best player so far out of the first 4 games.
Yes.
So like that's a massive deal considering you're already missing Minlin, Josh.
But you do get Sam back. You do
Emily.
have David. If we were wrong, then that means you would have Deandre Davis, David Johnson, Sam Williamson, Jalen Withers, Quinn Sislinski, Aiden, a team full of players that can go win you a game. But they have to be so intricately locked into.
Don't you dare judge me. Like you're.
Oh, Steve.
Don't you dare.
I can't. Oh my goodness. Oh no, Steve. Oh no. Are you going to tell everybody what you're doing?
No.
People with new information becomes new projections. With new projections,
I'm like, so where's that money line?
Is it time to capitalize on Vegas as we speak? Is the spread last night? We were having discussions, and the spread was flirting around 5.5, and I said, if it jumps a little too far, oh my God, my producer's gambling.
Yeah.
Instead of running the show, my producers gets this information.
Jack's like, let me go ahead and grab this Wisconsin money line, bang. But
I mean, a good emotional hedge isn't over the worst thing.
What were you saying about that?
I just did it.
About that? What were you saying about that point guard situation again?
Okay, but here's the deal. Again,
Texas says, "Well, we always say don't let Louisville win this game."
That's where I was going. That's where I was going.
If
again though, I think we all tend to agree right now that in the back of our heads, and that's not what we're necessarily going to do on this show, but in the back of our heads, we're all going, okay, I think they go up there. I do think they match up fairly well. I think they're going to play good, and the spread's 7. I think it'll probably
it's up to 7.
Yeah, I think it'll probably be around 5 or 7, and they'll win.
What is it going to be at tip off?
They'll probably stick at 7. I'd imagine 7's pretty good spread.
How high would it have to go for you to say, oh, that they're overreacting too much, and
like 8?
You go the other way.
If it went up with this news, if it went up to 8, I'd take Louisville.
Yeah, I probably
by game
would.
time. Yeah, like right before game time. If I look and see it's 8 after that news is released, because everybody knows, if anybody knows college basketball, they know right now that Louisville team is a problem because of Carlik Jones. They know nothing about anybody else. They haven't seen much of David Johnson. They know Sam, or they don't even realize Sam Williamson was out. When you're 4-0, you don't worry about who's out. So, basketball, college basketball, think they know the game a little bit, watching a little highlights, know a little something about all the teams. They hear Carlik Jones, that's their best player. Everybody's doing what y'all are doing right now. Give me Wisconsin. Give me Wisconsin. Sell. Give me Wisconsin. So that number right now, reacting to Jeff Goodman tweeting it out, is a trap waiting to happen if you take Louisville right before the game time.
Yeah, that's fair.
That would be what Brandon Lang says. We're on the right side, even if you lose.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know.
Until you get wasted.
Until you're down 20 and you're like, well, this is stupid. Look,
and then you get the call for your wife, honey. I just got a notification.
Yeah. Why are we? Yeah. What's going on? So there's a guy here with a baseball bat.
Fish?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Oh, but no, listen, it's going to be tough for Louisville to go up there and win. We knew that. But man, I mean, okay, but let's play it for just a second. Let's play the game for a second. What if they do
win?
What if they do win? If they do, in my opinion, and I know this drives you nuts, but in my opinion, if they do go up and win, there's now expectation.
See, and you say that, but I have expectations as soon as I see them on the court. When they look outsized, that's when I say they're my babies. You know, when I look at a front lineup with Seton Hall, when I see Agbu dunk on one of our guys, when I see big man Mumu Kashveli, when I see him dunk or step back 3-pointer on somebody, when I see that with my own 2 eyes, I'm like, okay, they're immature. You know what I'm saying? My team, Jalen Withers is skinny, JJ Trainer's skinny. We don't have the meat to hold down the front line, right? But against a Wisconsin team, I'm going to hate that. I'm going to say, no, we're as big as them. We're not as physical as them. So I'm mad at y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you have the talent, if you have enough talent to beat a team and they're just like physically tougher, you know, psychologically tougher, you know, that's where my problems kick in.
But I'm going to say this again, and I'm going to say it because I know it's going to drive some people crazy. You're not going to get like this is going to be the easiest post game Ethan Moore's ever done in his life. It's going to be the easiest post game he's ever done
because everything he says is going to be followed by with no Carlik Jones.
Yeah, and I think even the phone reaction. I mean, Lawrence probably be pissed off, but I mean, like every I think you're going to get. I think most Louisville fans today are kicking their feet up.
I hope so.
Yeah, and saying, "Hey, let's learn a little something."
I want to see what David Johnson looks like running the team.
Yeah, let's.
What if Carlik hadn't come to the team? What if he hadn't grad transferred? Yeah. We were relying on David Johnson. We've been waiting for a day to just rely on David Johnson, just for the aesthetic viewing pleasure of us watching. We didn't know how good Carlik was going to be. We thought he was going to be good, but in the summertime, we're like, our shows are. Hey, David at the 1, Sam at the 2, you know who's going to be the 3 and all, we were having that conversation.
Yeah.
Q was a 3. Jalen Withers was a 4. Malik Williams was a 5. We didn't have Carlik Jones just automatically stomached in or just, shoehorned in until we started hearing more of Coach Mack just can't stop talking about Carlik. And, later on it developed, but originally, your talent lineup, your talented lineup that you got excited about during the summer, your what if they really work this offseason like they're supposed to, your talent lineup, even Carlik was going to be your backup point guard.
Yeah.
David, Sam, Quinn,
Yeah.
Dre was going to give you some minutes.
No, I know.
Malik was going to anchor your center.
Yeah, you didn't think Trainer was going to do anything.
No, you were talking red shirt.
Yeah. That's why I say. I mean, but I do. I think that Louisville fans today. I mean, like I said. I mean, I know. Shows like Andy and Strebel and them, and they need reaction and stuff. But it's like today. That's not even making fun of them. I mean, that's what they do. They need reaction. Like today's going to be miserable if that's what you need, because I think Louisville, unless Louisville wins. I mean, if Louisville wins, Louisville fans are going to be going insane.
Yeah, right.
They're going to listen. They're going to be predicting Final Fours. We're going to be talking.
Stop saying fans. Start saying Steve. First commercial break from the official ESPN Louisville pregame show on 93.9 The Ville.
Visit Shane Company for easy last-minute gifts, wrapped with a burgundy bow and ready to give. We have fine jewelry in every price range.
God, that fucking sucks. That fucking sucks.
Have extraordinary sparkle and brilliance and make a great holiday gift. Our vibrant
whoops. Oh well.
Jewelry collection.
No FCC on the fucking YouTube. I'll stop cussing now.
Friendly and non-commissioned jewelry consultants help you find the perfect gift, or shop online now to get it in time for Christmas. There's a wonderful joy in giving and receiving a gift of fine jewelry from Shane Company. Now you have a friend in the jewelry business. Shane Company and ShaneCo.com. Open weekdays 9 till 9, Saturday 10 till 8, and Sunday 11 to 5.
Baltimore Ravens football plays here on ESPN Louisville.
He takes the snap, back to pass. He rolls right. He's throwing down the field, and it is caught. Marquise Brown's got it, and he's going to go in for a touchdown.
Lamar Jackson and the Ravens return to M&T Stadium Sunday to take on the Jaguars. Pre-game coverage begins at 12:30 with kickoff at 1 on 93.9 The Ville. Ravens football on ESPN Louisville is presented by Liquor Bar, Body Armor Sports Drink, and Molly Malone St. Matthews, home of the Raven.
I'm Ethan Moore.
And I'm Taylor Lynch.
Check out Louisville Sports Live, the city's longest-running all-U of L sports talk show, every Wednesday at 6 o'clock right here on 93.9 The Ville.
All the best local and national guests talking all things Louisville football, basketball, and recruiting.
Every Wednesday at 6 right here on 93.9 The Ville. And follow us on Twitter at Lville Sports without an O Live.
And check out the website, LouisvilleSportsLive.net. Go Cards.
When you can't get to Double Dogs, bring Double Dogs to you. All you need to do is fetch and go. With choices like Black Angus burgers, wings tossed in homemade sauces, and dog bowl nachos. Double Dogs will make sure everyone in your family can enjoy their favorites. Now offering family-style dinner deals for a limited time. See our menu at www.doubledogs.biz and then give us a call to order. Come pick your order up curbside today at the Middletown Commons location. Take the night off and let Double Dogs do the cooking with Fetch and Go.
Here's what you missed on Middays with Marcus Maben.
So when you talk about the bowl game, this is the scenario I painted. Coach should want to be in a bowl game publicly, but I would think Coach is ready to take a break or just work with his recruiting class. Would the ideal scenario be that they either don't get offered a bowl game or get offered a bowl game and the team just decides they want to start working out for next year?
Weekdays 10 to noon on 93.9 The Ville. Here's what you missed on The Drive with Mark Ennis.
So when I was at George Mason, I was very nervous for our first home basketball game. And I had my buddy, he ended up being my big brother in the fraternity I was in for like 2 months. So we're talking and I'm super nervous. I got sweaty hands. I'm getting ready. I'm a freshman. And so he's like, well, why don't we just have a beer? And I'm like, I got a game. I got to go in like 30 minutes. He's like, well, it'd just be one beer. So I shotgunned a beer right before the game. And so I shotgunned a beer. I played really well, like really well. So I shotgunned a beer before every home game of my college career, all 4 years of playing, and I was a redshirt.
Every home game
before I left, just because I was stuck on the routine. I played well that first game.
So you became basically like superstitious, almost like you'd be afraid to not do.
Exactly.
The Drive, weekdays 3 to 6 on 93.9 The Ville.
Hey everyone, I'm Brandon Lang. When Matthew McConaughey plays you in a movie, as he did me in 2005's Two for the Money, you have to maintain a certain image. That's hard to do when you're going bald. I needed to do something, and it needed to be done fast. Parsley Waldman's Hair Center came to the rescue. Louisville and the Midwest Premier Hair Treatment Center not only gave me my hair back, but my self-confidence as well. Go to hairsurgery.com and find out how you can start your journey back to a full head of hair today. I can tell you firsthand, from the minute you walk in the door to the time you leave, you are treated as if you were in a 5-star hotel. And now that it's been a year since my surgery, I look back at pictures from a couple years ago. I don't even look like the same person. The procedure was an amazing success, and it has totally reframed my face.
I just love basketball.
Find out not only how affordable it is, but how you can get your hair back today. Visit hairsurgery.com. That's hairsurgery.com. And tell them Brandon Lang sent.
We're back in 30.
What you missed on the Diener Show.
There are levels of beer that are a lot of fun. Beach beer, great one. Shower beer is great. Airplane beer or airport bar.
As long as Carly's fine by next Saturday, I'm yeah.
Vacation beer, tailgate beer. Tailgate beer is big time on the list. I think beach beer.
I'll sacrifice today in Pittsburgh.
On 93.9 The Ville, ESPN.
Up for the Final Four.
105.7.
League Williams out and Charles Minlin.
Yep. So
and that is the extent to
so essentially Carly, because the other guys, I'm convinced Minlin and Nickelberry are never going to play basketball again. And Malik
is the only one that's doing the rehab.
Yeah. But yeah. So the heck was that? Oh, what, did I break my finger and not know it?
You just had it leaning against your phone, Steve.
No, maybe that was it. Anyways, though, so you're missing Carly, but It sounds like that's it. Now, that's a massive blow, but
I cannot help but be this guy today. Because over the last, think about this, Steve. In 24 hours, yesterday, at this exact time, we were doing the who would you sacrifice if you knew you were out one guy for this game, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we were saying anybody but Carly, right? Mm-hmm. And we were doing but what if it was David Johnson? And what if it was Sam Williamson? And we did that. We did that for an entire hour probably, right? We talked about the personnel, and we were like, it's kind of a good thing that there's only one guy that we really just don't want to sacrifice, right? Then early afternoon, Steve and I are looking at videos, being social media forensic experts, looking at backgrounds of videos.
Yeah.
Kind of stalkerish.
Yeah.
A bit.
Absolutely.
But I guess that's what people in Vegas do to try to get little inside things too. So we all of a sudden turn our eyesight to Deandre Davis.
Mm-hmm.
So from early afternoon
yes
to 1:30 in the morning, thanks to everybody who's hanging out with me on Midnights with Marcus. Maybe that was a good time. To 1:30 in the morning, when the speculation was DeAndre Davis, there must have been a whole lot of sports gods praying last night.
Louisville, Wisconsin moved to 9.
What was it at, like 4 or 5 originally?
Originally, it was
man,
at
that's
4,
a big move.
and it moved to 9.
Y'all better put y'all money on Louisville.
You think?
I got David Johnson, Sam Williamson, DeAndre. You think DeAndre Davis is going to let Wisconsin beat him by double digits?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
DeAndre Davis is going to single-handedly keep it under double digits.
Yeah.
It's up to 9 in 2 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And probably still going.
Yeah.
You're gonna catch it at 10 points.
Yeah. Yeah. All of a sudden, I heard that too. I just wasn't gonna say nothing. I was like, man, he needs to trademark that. You Freudian. You kind of said all of a sudden, and I was like, that would be a good T-shirt. I was like, dude, he should do that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, yeah.
So now we are at, listen, after last night, everyone started thinking about it.
Yeah.
The one guy you can't lose against a physical team, the guy who owns your physical, you don't like the fact that DeAndre Davis is your freshman, but he is like your representation of the tougher version of the University of Louisville, but he is.
Sure.
We would admit he is. Then you start thinking about last night, you're like, we can't miss DeAndre Davis in a physical game. You know, get buckets through physical contact kind of game. So you spend all last night saying, man, I would pretty much give up anybody to get DeAndre Davis, in this game because of the style of game it is. That, if they were a high pressuring, if they were a high pressuring team or something, you might say, okay, I need my guards more than anything. But
yeah. Yeah, listen, I think it's one now, man, where David Johnson is a I was reading, Mitch sent me a message. I was reading, he made some good points in there about kind of what's the reaction going to be after the game right here. And I just, I think as for fans, and I'm kind of coming back to where you were, for fans, I think it's going to be very simple. I mean, there'll be an immediate, like we were talking in the text there. I mean, if Louisville down the stretch loses in the last 4 or 5 minutes of the game, there's going to be an immediate aggravation.
Because you played well enough to be in it, and then you ended up giving it away.
He used the Virginia Tech game, which I thought was good. Virginia Tech going into that game, it was like, dude, we're missing all our D-line. Nobody gives a crap. But then you're watching the game, and you're like, you're kind of pissed after it because you're like,
that is kind of my point.
Should have won the game
when you see, but mine is more talent.
Well, I think it's different because I think Virginia Tech probably had more talent than Louisville in the football side. And on this one, I think Louisville probably has more raw talent than Wisconsin.
That's the only reason I knew.
Not saying they're a better team, not saying they're even better players right now, but they're just more raw talented. And that's why I think that you might get an immediate just aggravation, but that will go away by the time you sit back and watch Notre Dame and Clemson at 3:30 or 4. You'll be like, we're fine. Like Kentucky goes out and gets busted by Carolina. You bet, we're good.
I will say this, just on the front of David Johnson, obviously he needs to have a huge game. But,
sure, yeah, he has to play really good.
I think something that's really important is he has to stay out of foul trouble.
That's probably the key to the game.
Who's going to handle the ball if he picks up 2 early fouls?
Nobody. No, you're right. No, I'm not even being a jerk to you. Like, I mean, that is right. That's good. That's the big thing is, there is nobody behind David Johnson today. Like, David Johnson has the longest leash he's ever had in his life, probably in a basketball game.
And with David, again, this is going to be the maturity.
Yeah.
This is going to be the maturity versus doghouse game for David Johnson, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because David Johnson has 2 very fatal flaws in Mac's eyes: reaching, putting your hands on people's, shoulders and upper body when they're penetrating, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Reaching in and charging.
He picks up
2 charges,
stupid fouls. Yeah,
pushes his off arm.
I think that's what Jack's point was. I mean, that might be the biggest. Okay, if we're going to play the game.
But you're playing against senior guards who know how to capitalize on every mistake, every out of position. So this is going to be one of those. Like right now, if I'm Coach Mack, I'm talking to David. You have to stay on the ground, man. You have to keep your guy in front of you. They're going to be isolating you off the pick and roll. You cannot take fouls off the pick and roll. You cannot take fouls off of, a guy getting to the basket. You just cannot take the bad foul against senior guards, big guys. Wisconsin, make them go 13 for 20 from the 3-point line. I think watching Wisconsin, Steve, there's something in play here. And you're gonna totally laugh at this.
Okay.
But it's the truth. Wisconsin makes you feel like when they hit a 3-pointer that they're a 3-point shooting team. They're not a 3-point shooting team.
Yeah.
They spend their entire possession trying to get an easy basket or get the ball in the post, or draw fouls.
There's a vast difference in them, and look, you're going to love this comparison because they all kind of look the same.
You're going them in Iowa.
Yes. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Who knew?
There is a vast difference in them and like Iowa is a 3-point shooting squad. And they are fun to watch.
Right.
Actually, Gonzaga and Iowa is going to propel the white race in basketball today 15 years. Like we're all going to gain today.
Temporarily?
No, everybody. Listen, if you're white, go out and play some ball tonight if you can, because Gonzaga and Iowa are just going to uplift all of us today.
The sun and the stars and the moons are alive.
Yes,
for the white basketball players
today. So it's going to be amazing. But yeah, I mean, to your point, like I watched Iowa and I'm like, them dudes can shoot though. Like they're
looking to get a clean 3-point look, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes, like I say, if Wisconsin hits 2 3-pointers, you're going to start thinking, get out on all of them. They're shooters. You know what I'm saying? And if they're not, then, they can shoot, but they spend a whole possession looking for a good inside look.
Yeah.
And I noticed that. And after a while, I'm thinking, you're just going to have to force them to make those shots outside.
Yeah.
But Coach Mack came to Louisville with the analytics that drove everyone crazy. Don't jump to block shots. They call foul 63.2% of the time versus you blocking it 26.1% of the time.
Yeah.
So making them shoot over the top of you, even if it's closer to the basket, is a 46.1% chance that you have a better chance of just getting the rebound or taking it out of bounds and going, because the foul double hurts you. They get the free throws and it slows the game down, and your player is closer to being ineligible for fouling out.
Yeah.
So the analytics say don't foul on steroids today, because if you hold people on their back cuts, they know how to flop as soon as you if a guy runs past you. You know, a lot of times they teach you to bump the guy, fundamentally. They know how to time your bump. They know when to fall. They know how to steal 8 or 9 extra fouls in a game. So that's how disciplined you have to be about just keeping them in front of you.
Yeah, and I'll say this, Brad Davidson, I'm not going to call him the best flopper because that's too positive for it. He is the most annoying flopper in college basketball. He's a guy that can take advantage of that. But one thing that will help, I think, Johnson and Louisville is that Wisconsin's not, like a Florida State or like even Louisville in the Pitino days to where they're going to try to pressure the ball, speed you up.
Yeah, none of that.
David's fouls are going to be would come from being impatient, but he's not going to have a guy hounding him the entire game, which will at least keep it easier, I think, to avoid like easy push off fouls or dumb turnovers or being sped up.
I agree with that. Let me give you.
Lonnie Garner says finish the night up by watching Celtic Pride.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. Let me give you a little bit of good news about Carlik Jones. This just kind of coming out right now. Jody Demling said he's told Carlik Jones did warm up, but he's not been cleared per the ACC medical guidelines to play in a game after being out, which that makes me want to punch myself in the face. But that's another story. But that's good because part of me kind of went, oh, is he injured?
Right.
So he's not injured. At least we do know that. I mean, and that's a good thing that it's like, okay, he didn't clear all the guguidelines.
Yeah, just the timing. He probably,
he
probably
farted on Friday and whatever. And then Lamar Jackson had to poop. So, and that might have been an extra thing. So
yeah, put an extra 2 hours on the ACC,
And the starting lineup today.
Drum roll, please.
David Johnson.
Bang.
Sam Williamson.
Bang.
Deandre Davis.
Bang.
Quinn Slazinski.
Bang, 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 bang.
And Jalen Withers.
Listen, I'll take my chances.
Yeah, I'll take my shot with them.
I'll take my chances.
I'll take my shot with them.
I love Carlik. I would love for him to be playing in this game against Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But I am acknowledged. I will definitely, I have no problem acknowledging we are in a pandemic. You have you have a 5-star and 4 4-star starting lineup going against the number 12 team in the country on the road, and you're 4-0.
Mm-hmm.
And the spread is going to be 10 by game time.
Yeah.
Keep it under 10, y'all.
Yeah. Shannon Russell said, U of L's medical advisory group has guidelines for a graduated return to play process that must be completed before a student athlete can participate in the game. And Carlik has not completed enough of that process to be able to play today.
That's fine.
So, okay. Well, I can live with that.
I guess it's like kind of like the cardiac stuff, and if I would assume type of thing.
Probably.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Like I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Probably still needs EKG.
Yeah. Probably
results.
probably has to meet a certain level, matching your preseason testing, like whatever. Yeah. Whatever it is what it is. It's like, man, this is, you're not, listen, there under no circumstances is the Wisconsin result going to kill you when NCAA selection time comes.
Oh, no. This loss today won't hurt you a lick. I mean, when it comes to, unless
possible loss,
yeah. Unless you literally go on and don't beat another team that's worth a crap. But then you have whole other issues, like so it's like
it won't be about Wisconsin.
Yeah, it won't be. Well, with also a Wisconsin game, but yeah, as far as the law, the win can help you, but it's going to be a tier 1 loss or a tier 1 win,
right?
Or what do they call them? Is it tier 1? I've already forgot. How do they do this?
I think it's quad 1.
Quad one. Yeah. Like, it's been so long since I did the tournament thing that I'm just like,
Is the NCAA even having the net this year?
Do what?
Is the NCAA even having the net this year?
It's supposed to come out January. It's funny you say that. I just saw that like the other day. It's the only reason I know.
What's the tournament?
Is the net comes out sometime in January or something, like the first ranking.
Yes, Lonnie, we do have Pittsburgh on deck as well.
Yeah. So
before Kentucky.
So yeah, but to your point, it's a quad 1 win or a quad 1 loss. So
quad 1 matchup.
You're okay either way with this. Like I said, unless you don't have a quality win, but if you don't have a quality win, then you're not a Final Four team. So
right.
Who gives a crap? Just by that point, we banned ourselves.
Yeah, just wait till the last day, just like LSU.
I'm going to wait till about January 31st. We're going to meet and we're going to decide if we're going to take a ban this year. We're going to look. We're all going to gather around. How do you think we looked? And move on.
Okay, so getting closer to the game time. Do you find yourself getting more enthusiastic or less?
I'm getting enthusiastic and nervous on the
jump in at the last minute, people, if you want to. 8150-939 3831-939 is the text line, YouTube channel. We are reading your comments.
The potential, I'm okay with the loss today. I think, I've mentally prepared for that.
You promise you won't turn into a psychopath during this game?
I think I won't today. I don't think I'm going to go insane today watching the game, but I am getting a little bit of butterflies of the potential of, man, it'd be fun if they win. If they win, that will be fun. And fun because you're going to be like, dang, they're a legit second weekend team.
Listen, I did present the theory during the week that if you're missing Carlik Jones, it's my injury theory, it's my superstar theory, it's my you're sick, you play with nothing to lose. Your superstar player goes out, two things. You play with nothing to lose, and you want to show the world that this team is not one player centric. Everybody steps up their game a little bit. And 3, David Johnson has been dying for this opportunity. David Johnson will know if David Johnson shows what he can do and beats Wisconsin and uses his chess pieces around the board. Let's say Quinn is hot today. Let's say David gets away with just spreading the ball around and guys just execute kind of, solid against Wisconsin. He gets that. David's pressure to be an individual for the rest of the season changes.
Oh, yeah. David can take the team back today.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so you're saying team. I'm saying David can take the narrative. Ooh, that was nice.
That was good pass. Yeah.
David can take the narrative back to.
I actually think Butler forgot they were playing basketball there for a second, though. I don't know how that pass goes to 5 guys. It wasn't even like a fast pass. It was like,
it was execution, Steve.
Yeah. That was wild. Yeah, you're right, though, man. And when I say take the team back, I mean, let me be clear. I kind of mean the narrative, I kind of mean people are going to go, oh, David Johnson. Yeah, that's right. I don't know. But I'm like, hey, man, I have David and I've got Sam. I should be able to do something.
Madison, thanks for joining us on the official ESPN Louisville Pregame show. Fire away.
I kind of want to piggyback off what Steve just said because I feel like we're forgetting that. Do we not have David Johnson? Is he not the kid who dropped 19 at Duke before he got hurt as a true freshman?
He is indeed.
We keep acting like, are we not going to act like David Johnson is not a straight baller? Are we not going to act like Sam Williamson was balling out before versus Seton Hall before he got hurt? And they had 3 6'11" guys. Stop it. It is not going to be that bad. Now, we get blown out. I will eat it because I always do. I'm never going to shy away from any prediction I make or anything that I say that takes the fun out of it for me. But I am not as worried as some sounds. The Twitterverse this morning is acting like Carlik is just absolutely, which he's a big loss. Don't get me wrong. He's been playing, amazing. He's arguably been the best player on the team so far. But I think David Johnson thrives when he's put in these type of situations. I think he has a great opportunity to be able to, to remind everybody of what he can do today. And also, I know yesterday it hasn't been a whole lot of talk about how they're going to play us in the half court defensive wise. I don't know if they zone us or not, but even if they do, Sam Williamson was eating against the zone. He was eating against the zone. You give it to him in the free throw line area. You break that up. He can pass it down low. If they double team him, he can shoot those little middies, those little faders, those floaters in the lane. I mean, if Sam comes back at any kind of, shape or form of what he was playing like before, it should really be, I know the line went up quite a bit, but it should really be a close game. And I would really not be surprised if we win. I would not be that disappointed, like I said, if we lose, because I don't think at all it's a make or break you type game. especially with the circumstances going on. But I don't know. I guess I'm a little more confident in what we got than some others. But I don't know. I feel like it's going to be really exciting to see. I mean, I know it was really great to see us, versus Seton Hall. But I think before Sam went out, I think
music in 5 minutes
and won that game, by a lot more than a point. Maybe not a double-digit win, but I think we would have won, at least 7 or 8 points if Sam stays in the game. I don't think it becomes as close as it did. So
do we beat the 10-point spread?
I'm going to say no. I'm going to keep it a little bit safe under that, just because I feel I don't know. We haven't played in a while. Don't know who's gonna
So you're being cautious.
Injury. So I just feel like there are too many unknowns to say that I'm that comfortable.
Right.
But I am confident, and I am if Sam comes back, like I said, with any kind of semblance of what he was playing with before. I feel like from his comments, he sounds like he's chomping at the bit to get out there. And plus, he's starting at the 2. So that should be a mismatch right out the gate. I mean, a 6'7", borderline 6'8" 2 guard. I mean, you're going to have a problem with that. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing what they got up their sleeves today.
Okay, Madison, you get comfortable. We will look forward to post gaming it after a nice win.
Thank you so much, y'all.
All right, appreciate it. That was Madison, obviously as excited as everybody else. Again, the excitement of the unknown. And Steve, one more point I want to make before we get out of here.
Okay.
There is no Carleek. What do we like about Carleek outside of his scoring ability and passing
rebounding?
Rebounding.
He's leading rebounder on the team.
You almost just screwed up my point. But
okay.
We're really going to miss his rebound.
I know. Yeah, I was going to say
David's a great rebounder.
Yeah, well, and it could be just like the way the offense is set up.
Look, it's one of those, everybody boxes out, you let the point guard come get.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is, you knew that Carleek Jones had everybody's attention, right?
Mm-hmm.
Carleek's there. He's on the sideline.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be up talking to them.
Absolutely.
In between everything. They're going to be tuned into his voice.
Sure.
Coach Mac's voice is Coach Mac's voice, but I guarantee they have Carleek Jones up on one of those first rows of chairs or close enough to the court so they can hear him.
Absolutely.
And his leadership is going to be there. So
I would agree.
So
with
him
that.
being there instead of sitting at home.
No, I totally agree with that. I think having him there is a big
music. 2 minutes,
and he warmed up today. I mean, so he's
out there talking.
He's out there. He's with them. So that is good that you still have him there with that, because I would say he has been scouting for Wisconsin as well. If there was a chance all the way up until today that he could play, then he's been scouting Wisconsin as well. So yeah, I mean that is good. Look, I kind of agree with what Madison said. It is a brutal blow to lose him. I don't know that it's totally fatal. I mean, like, we'll see. I mean, I still think you've got some good players. I still think, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we've had this whole show and we've talked about nothing but the backcourt. And I'm like, I mean, the bigger issue is probably in the front court.
The rebounding, stand up, foul trouble.
More so than the
music. 1 minute.
I'm like, David Johnson and Sam can do their thing, but today is going to be, look, if you're one of those people like me, maybe, that always kind of looks ahead at that Kentucky game, today's going to be a great litmus test to kind of see, I mean, with Sarr and with their bigs.
Can you rebound? Can you keep it out of the paint?
Yeah, I mean,
can you keep from getting bullied in the paint?
Well, and they're going to play a little bit like,
they post their guards up too.
They do, yeah.
They post their wings up too.
But my guards are 6'5" and 6'8", so like,
but can they use that?
Music 30.
So it's like, come on down here if you want to do that. I'm more looking at, can Aiden, can Trainer, can Withers, can those guys
be physical and not give up perfect defense, perfect position. Wisconsin will be fighting to get to that block.
Right?
Can you push them off the block?
Right.
Without fouling. Keep them out of the 1-and-1 10 minutes into the game. 5-6 minutes in the game.
So hey man, look, let's go get it. I just looked at a picture with my point guard between the legs dunking. in the base, coming right up the middle. Let's go be great. Let's go be great.
That will do it for the official ESPN Louisville pregame show. I'm your host, Marcus Maven and Steve Rummage, signing off on 939 DeVille.
An official broadcast partner of the University of Louisville, WLCL Sellersburg is 93.9 The Ville.
Okay. Let's see if I can can I transfer all this crap without tearing everything up? Is it possible? It's going to be tricky. So y'all just cut me some slack. Detach that. Cut me some slack, everybody. You're going to have to put up with a little noise while we set up the game watch. Jack, did you turn it on in the other room?
Yeah, it's on in both the conference room and in the 680 studio. And I turned on there also.
Okay, well, just so you know, the sound is still rolling.
Okay.
Just heads up. They can hear you for the game watch. Okay, that's where you're going to be at? Yeah, or whatever. Sound still rolling. He looks really healthy. Hey, be careful, Steve. Oh, we'll get tied up. Oh, the all-time series? No. Yeah. I was going to ask you that. What is Sam doing back? What is Sam doing back?
They got experienced players that are really versatile, that can play inside and out, and they even have to turn the ball over. That's why they challenge for Louisville to get extra possession.
We didn't get the tip. It's a wrap.
At the point, 5 seniors in the starting lineup.
Look like that 34. He's like, Jesus Christ. Look at this guy. You see Louisville Davis just a second ago? I hate playing against the teams that look the same. Hey, dude, I'll take that shot. Yeah. It's a good shot. Last team.
They run the swing offense. We'll explain what that is throughout the course of the game. But it's a team that shows
game watch
because of their versatility. They become incredibly hard to guard. They are 5-1 the season. They're only lost to Marquette, and they're coming off a game where they went 10 out of 18 from 3-point range against Loyola Chicago.
See? Give him his call. Good job, Withers. That's the first one. I'll take that. That's the first one. You're stronger than your opponent. That's what we were begging for. Andrew is big. You said what? Andrew is big, man. Not a little guy. Not a freaking little guy, dude. Push in the back. Save it, right? Quinn didn't want to do that. That's a pushing back too. Yeah, he didn't want to do that with that ball. I know. Float around the paint. That's what float around the Yeah, if y'all are going to play lower. Yeah.
Is 2 for 2 already.
But see, they bait you in with that, man. Well, if you're going to go underneath and just let her shoot out of the three, that's going to hit it. But you got to keep it.
Well, that's a lot of
they got to dump that, man. Start taking that up because they're going to pitch that in the ACC. I know, Steve. I know. Look at that. That's a terrible closeout. We're just gonna let him shoot. Yeah, you're gonna let him shoot. I mean, it's a terrible closeout. Any team you play, if you're just gonna kick back and just let them shoot 30s, I mean, they're not hitting 30s, and they're not middle. All time now, and if you just slip right back in your shoe like that, that means they were too loose anyway. I know. No, I think you just put that shoe right back on. But see, they're not going to do that all day. Look, good job. No, I agree with that. Good job. You got to be physical. You got to make them take a tough shot. No. Oh, they took a contest. Oh, David, you have been playing too good already. Yeah, the David pull-up three. But he got to let one go every once in a while. We need to put that.
If you hit it, it's fine.
Yeah, he very rarely hits it. Wide open three. But they're not going to hit him all day, Steve. I don't want to test that theory.
That's going to be kickouts for open threes. Well, this game's getting up and down pretty good without a whistle for a long stretch.
Yeah, we're going to have to get and good job, David. Good job. Good switching. Good communication. Good job, Sam. Good job. No hands. Get lower. Oh, see, Steve? Don't get baited into it. Look, you can't keep going underneath, dude. Stop going underneath the screen. No, let him hit 10 of those. I mean, no, we're going to be down 20. Because we're in the middle. That's 3 threes off David going underneath the screen. And if that's what Mac is coaching, then what percent 3-point shooters did you say? Did you hear that, John?
Something very high.
Yeah. I know. And David's sinking to the free throw line every time. Because I knew they were going to protect the paint, though. Yeah, they aren't closing out like they were early in the year, are they? He closes, let them shoot. I mean, if you're going to let them shoot. See, but that's what Mac is going to say. You're not closing out how you're supposed to.
Trice is down 12-27 on the year.
Yeah. 12 of 27.
Yeah. So over 40%.
Yeah. He's probably just being lucky.
Davis, number 1 in white. Mr. Basketball is
challenge it. They don't hit it. Yeah, it's like, I'm okay with that. I know, yeah.
Wisconsin's 25th in the country.
Yeah. It's like he looks terrible. Yeah. But this goes back to we need a motion. You can't just be picking rolls. Well, at least they're getting it done early. So David's holding this short. You said at least what? So at least they're getting it done early. So I'm set to this whole game. Yeah, let's get motion, y'all. Let's get some movement. See? But some days, today is literally 5 minutes. Today is one of them days, man. They look incredibly lethargic.
They look like they haven't played in 19 days.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Home has been there for us all year long. So this holiday.
Lonnie, are you keeping this channel? Okay. Did you mean right here, or switching over? Jay Bill, is Jay Bills doing the game?
Yeah, it's Bills and Schulman.
Yeah, we got those.
I don't want Jay Billis to see this game, though. Darn it.
I think he's doing Kentucky next week, too, though.
I'm okay with that one. Yeah, I don't want to see it get wasted by Wisconsin.
But I also
he knows that probably something.
I know. I also don't want to. I hope Max game plan it and like, let's just let Kentucky shoot
till they get hot.
Yeah. The game plan looks like it's we'll just let them shoot.
When Wisconsin came out, punched us in the mouth, got to fight back now. Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, it's what we do, though. You're not going to win the game. It's you just play hard, man, and let me leave positive. That's all I'm asking for today.
Or get wasted and let Coach Matt get pissed off at everybody. So you spend your next 10 days in go.
Yeah, that's true.
And let him say, if you can't keep these guys from shooting and scoring, you know what the rest of the league's gonna do?
At least give me something on film. You never did.
I think this might be the best team Louisville plays all year, though.
It's very possible.
That may have to say more about the ACC than it does Wisconsin, but
yeah, the ACC is not very deep this year.
Oh. Well, I can always go shopping and Christmas shopping.
wait for Island Gonzaga to eventually get off the commercials. Oh my God, it's been like 5 minutes.
They're playing now?
Yeah, of course they're playing now.
You think you'll see some zone today? They're better team than us. Yeah, come on, fellas. And Sam, get to the basket. Sam should get to the basket. Are you doing your defensive tweet right now? Yeah. I can tell by the way you were focusing. You were doing a depressing tweet that nobody wants to read. My God. I do agree, James.
Did you see what I tweeted this morning? People were making fun of Anthony Davis for clipping his toenails. I was like, if you ain't been a Hoover, keep your mouth shut on this. Like, dude, everybody's been like, dude, this toenail is literally I know my stand. Like, somebody give me some clips, man. I've done that many times.
No, I've been on the sideline. My finger on the sideline during the game.
Yeah. I'll take the hoodie off. Let's switch it up a little bit. Switch it up a little bit.
Didn't do anything different.
Switch it up.
Sam, are you hurt? See Sam close out. He's hurt. Look at Sam. They're not doing the foot chopping. See, Steve, I said again, they're going to get all of that, the little stuff, and they know how to get it.
They don't turn it over, as you mentioned. They don't foul very much. They make their free throws. You can call those the little things, but they're really not. They just do all of them exceptionally well every year.
Yes.
Hey, get your head out of your ear, man. Let's play.
We need some motion, y'all. We need some movement. We need some ball movement. We need some movement. I like that shot. Pull up free throw. You should be able to hit that, David.
Yeah, but stop talking like you're a top 20. You're not a top 20. You're going to be back at this year.
You should be able to hit that.
Can we at least shut that down? Like, we stop referring to him as like a potential lottery guy at this point. He's not a lottery guy.
Oh, you're down 4-16. It's disgusting. But again, you're not making it easy for us at all. If you're not going to shoot that, either if you're not just going to go out and shoot that, I mean, what is Davis supposed to do? Coach, give them. We gotta run emotion. We need emotion. They're just all going one-on-one and screen and roll. This is like a shell drill, Steve.
I can already tell I'm probably leaving at halftime.
Oh, definitely.
That's just me.
You will be calling me, telling me to punch.
I'll say I will listen to Paul. Let's go. Let's go, Abe. Get something together.
David has got to be able to hit that.
David looks like this, dude. He looks awful.
Good screen from Hunter. Left it short.
Go push it. Because you don't want to go against their defense setup.
I know.
Probably not a tougher player in the league than Davis.
That's a foul, though. That's a foul. He got to get one of those calls.
Jesus Christ, man.
He got to get one of those calls.
Somewhere in that range.
He's got to get one of those calls, Steve.
Yeah, he'll get it.
Jonathan for the most part. He does go by Jonathan. But us TV types are supposed to say Jonathan.
Phil Max will be like, good job.
He's playing the way he's playing. He's improving. We're going to be calling him service. Davis over this from the corner.
All right, you might want to, ball the basket. Do something.
Sam, I was hoping Sam did a little ginger like that.
They're so cool.
Gosh darn it, Sam.
They took elements from different.
I'm excited to see these guys man. And as a car league, and be all seriously, dude.
Louisville with just 4 points in 7.
Okay, this is a play call, though.
I mean, it's somewhat of emotion.
Get that. Good job. Aiden has brought you some energy in several ways.
Yeah. The only motion they have is that Liberty is, right?
Yeah, I know.
That's it. They set a screen.
Yeah, but that's a call. That's a set play, though.
I get it.
Yeah. We should have a set. Just a continuity. There has to be a continuity.
For their players who have tested positive, they're hoping
For the game.
For the game against Kentucky on the 26th. Malik Jones is a great basketball player, a great player, and I think he's an NBA player. I mean, last year at Radford, he was the only player in the nation to average 20 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists per game. Between that and the injuries they've done to the likes of Malik Williams, Josh Nickelberry, Charles, and Linda from San Francisco, they are really, really thin.
Listen, they're going to stop calling the fouls now.
Louisville doing a little better job on the defensive end.
We got a shot. They don't even
Johnson for the free
God dang it. You got to be able to get that shot.
I don't think that's a good shot that early in the shot clock. You can get that shot whenever you want it.
So they're giving it to him. This is terrible.
You got to be. He's smiling. Oh, this is.
I don't know if I'm gonna make it to halftime. I'm not figuring it out. I'm trying not to watch this thing.
Oh my goodness.
You guys have various cheesesteaks on a different note?
Say that again.
Have you guys had various cheesesteaks?
I haven't, but everybody that has says it's amazing.
I've tried to order from there 3 Saturdays in a row. They just randomly are closed on Saturdays. Sometimes they're open, sometimes they're not.
I know.
I think they're like right on the meat or something.
They lost one of their stores because of COVID already, so they might just be.
Steve, sit down.
Dude, I'm gonna give them one more TV. Look, I'm so emotionless about this game today. I'm like, dude, we're going out shopping. I'm like, dude, I can already tell you're gonna learn nothing from this game. They're rusty. They're just. It's like this game doesn't mean a thing.
Yeah, where should I order lunch from? That's close. But if you haven't had it, it's phenomenal.
What do they shoot from 3?
Everybody says it's amazing.
Home's been there for us this year. So let's celebrate the season with gifts for home that inspire new projects and bring joy to all. Find great gifts and deals for everyone at Lowe's.com.
Wisconsin is 5-9 from 3.
But again, I expected us to play some kind of close out defense. Some kind of regular defense.
Turns out to be Cafe.
I've never had that.
Oh, that's good.
Looking at loan options for our next kitchen was easy.
I need to just go get my food. Wait.
I mean, that's not a bad idea either. But I didn't just have that yesterday when I was here.
There's stuff. Cool. Yeah, they just lock in. Yeah, Coach, you gotta help David out, man. You gotta get these guys some. Is Tennessee gonna pull an upset, man?
I wouldn't.
I'm glad you did that, Steve.
Curious mind, endless heart. When we see curve in the road,
we owe.
when there are mass shortages for first responders, we make
Yeah, here comes mine, Steve.
There's a world on pause, we sharpen our claws. Under fire and pandemics, we'll keep going. Because after all, you can't stop a badger.
The Wisconsin Badgers shooting the three beautifully, getting good looks, knocking down their shots. Well, it's just an excellent shooting team in large measure because they're such an outstanding passing team. This Wisconsin team won 10 of 18 from 3 against Loyola Chicago. They are 5 of 9 in this game. The last 2 games thus far, 15 of their last 27 from 3-point range. That is just spectacular shooting.
Hey, it's just hot right now.
Warm-ups, let alone
I think the 4 points is the bigger issue.
Yeah. The fact we haven't scored in 7 minutes is bothering me.
The fact that they're honoring
Yeah, David looks terrible, dude.
The fact that they're trying to honor Archie right now.
Only 7
players available against.
Look, Carlink's like, he's looking at Mac like, I'm never coming out of the game. Yeah. Hey, I'm the coach, Captain. I'm the captain. I'm the coach now. Hey, Coach Carlink Jones. That's bad position. Yeah, that's bad everything.
It's so difficult to guard this team because they play so well.
Yeah, and you're not going to be able to do that against anybody, though, Steve. No, I know. That's the problem.
Pressure in the passer, it's going to be difficult for you to stop them from getting the ball.
Why do we even have that cut? Because I had saw one guy take that cut and go to the basket with strong.
It just a distraction.
Yeah, we take that cut.
What a defensive sequence from Wisconsin. Scored for 3. If you look at the list, they keep using these ball screens.
I don't think they don't play defense.
East west. They need to go north south.
Jeez, this is just the worst movement. It's Sam. Look how he's running. See? Like, did you see how he had Sam arm bars like that? He got low and arm bars his legs. Like that's, look at that. He knew you were gonna do that, Sam.
That's about as well as you can do it. These are the type of charges that I think basketball should value. The primary defender.
Hold on, I can get the illegal stream. You can tag it in with my computer, but not just see the stream.
Exactly what you
probably
need that over the hit again.
Screen for the screener action.
I could have been longer in my life because
they move. The shot clock down to 7. And that's the first turnover of the game for Wisconsin.
Y'all got no game. They have 4 points, dude.
Cardinals, meanwhile, are just 2 for 14. They missed their last 10 in a row.
But dude, when you get pull-ups at the free throw line, if you can't hit that, you suck. Oh yeah, no, I totally agree. Yeah, I'm like 1,000%. But now Wizards is out there jacking threes. We're just like, oh man.
A perfect game. When you started talking about turnovers, that was the ultimate announcer game. So let me ask you, you were wearing your doctor.
What are you doing behind him? See, now they're just clowning though. Now they're just clowning. Now they're gonna like Bellamy now. Wisconsin, they know this team can't beat us. Yeah, like they know this team can't beat us. So now they're just kind of like, all right, look at that. Oh, and boys, that was a fun game. It was a good pregame show. I enjoyed it with you guys.
Podcast is up.
Yeah, as much as I would love to just sit back and watch somebody kick my kid's ass.
Take a shot at the end of a shot clock. But